Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate RingsideNews.com. WWE TLC or TLCS, whatever you want to call it, is this Sunday live on the WWE Network for just $9.99. And I can hear you all out there on your computers and your smartphones singing along with me. So let's do it one more time. $9.99. All right, enough of that before I start losing subscribers here. Got your questions from spring.me/Aaron Rift. So let's get started with the first one from Push Dean Ambrose. I assume you are a Dean Ambrose fan. After a few weeks of lackluster Raws now, do you think it was a mistake to debut Sting at Survivor Series? I feel like such a hugely important moment like Sting's WWE debut deserved a more immediate follow-up, and now we know he is only signed for 6 dates. I feel that WWE made the right decision by having Sting appear at Survivor Series. You had people watching on the network for free. You had a large audience for Survivor Series. You needed to do something special, and you had Sting come out. He was the deciding factor in the main event, and you kicked off the build-up towards WrestleMania. It was the right decision. Vince McMahon talked about Sting and how he's a special attraction, and I agree on that. Sting should not be appearing on Raw every single week leading up to WrestleMania, especially right now in November, December. It's too early for Sting to be making regular appearances on WWE television. But with that being said, I feel that WWE did make one mistake with Sting. Sting should have appeared on the Raw the night after Survivor Series. You had all this buzz about Sting, and I think a lot of fans were curious to hear from Sting, hear him talk about why he finally decided to come into WWE. He could have talked about how he wanted to be in the main event at WrestleMania, something to start the build up towards WrestleMania. Sting should have come out and said something. That was the one mistake I feel WWE made, but other than that, I'm perfectly fine with him not showing up again until maybe after the Royal Rumble, once the build-up towards WrestleMania really gets into high gear. All right, next question here comes from Anti-PG Fan. Do you see the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania being hijacked? And if so, will that be enough to turn Reigns heel? No, I don't see that happening because of the fact that WrestleMania is in a huge stadium. And when you have 70,000 people there, it's really hard to get everybody on the same page when it comes to the crowd chants and everybody, trying to hijack a match if that's something that they wanted to do. It's just more difficult with that many people there. Now, the Raw the night after WrestleMania, that's an entirely different story because it's a much smaller audience. You have 15,000 people, and it's very easy to get those chants going and get everybody on the same page. And you also have more of the die-hard WWE fans that go to the Raw the night after, and you just have that atmosphere where they can hijack a show if that's what they want to do. And that will be very interesting to see how the crowd reacts to Roman Reigns the night after WrestleMania, and if they boo him out of the building. I mean, that's definitely a possibility depending on how WWE books Roman Reigns leading up to WrestleMania. I'm really curious about that. I don't think it'll be enough to turn him heel. I mean, WWE's not going to turn him right away. I mean, he's being groomed as the new Cena. So they'll continue to push him despite the mixed crowd reactions, which I'm sure he'll get in other cities as well if WWE pushes Reigns the same way they push Cena. But, they're going to stick to their guns. They're really trying to find the next Cena, and, they'll continue to push him whether the fans cheer for him or not. All right, this next one comes from Hampalicious. Hey, Aaron, do you believe what CM Punk said about WWE not making the effort to talk to him when they were 8 minutes from his house? I personally believe they had to at least make some kind of effort. That's the thing. I don't think WWE just decided to let CM Punk go when he walked out. I'm sure that they did whatever they could to convince him to come back. They wanted him to come back for WrestleMania. I'm sure they wanted him back for that Chicago Raw because they knew the fans were going to be chanting for CM Punk. So, I find it hard to believe that WWE did not reach out to him and try to get him back in the company. My guess is if WWE didn't go to his house or whatever, it was because they felt that CM Punk was not coming back no matter what they said. And, they just didn't make the effort on that level. I mean, who knows? I mean, the only people that know are CM Punk and the main people in WWE, Vince McMahon, Triple H. So nobody really knows. But my gut feeling is that WWE would have wanted CM Punk back at all costs. And, if they didn't reach out to him enough, I mean, it was because they felt that it was a lost cause. All right, got this question here from Merman1. Hey Aaron, do you feel that WWE is doing a better job in making the IC title important again? It's being defended in a possible show-stealing ladder match at TLC, and the champion was in the Survivor Series main event. I do feel WWE has done a better job with the IC title, and I would like to see more of the IC title being a focal point in WWE, especially when the WWE champion Brock Lesnar is not around. The IC title matches should be close to the main event, if not the main event, whenever you can do it. I remember the old days when the IC title would be the stepping stone to the WWE title, and similar to the US title where, the IC champion was almost the number 2 guy in the company. I would like to see that. I would like to see the IC title, given more of an emphasis on WWE television. And WWE's moving in the right direction, and I'm really hoping that the TLC ladder match is the show stealer, because we've had so many classic IC title matches over the years. When you think back to Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and The Rock and Triple H and Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit, you've had some classic IC title matches, and I'm hoping that this one will add to that list of classic IC matches. All right, I'll be back in a moment with more of your questions. All right, welcome back. Got this question here from Creature13. Is it a good idea to have Impact Wrestling on Friday nights? A lot of people are looking down on this as a big negative, that TNA is going to be on Friday nights. And it is confusing because TNA was on Thursdays, then they went to Wednesdays, and now they're moving to Fridays. And Friday nights, not a good night for wrestling, and that's why WWE finally moved back to Thursday nights. They were finally able to negotiate something and get SmackDown on a better night. Friday nights, many will say that's the worst night to have a TV show on because people are out doing other things on Friday nights. I think it'll have a minimum effect on Impact ratings. I don't see it hurting Impact any more than the fact that it impacts on Destination America, a network that a lot of people don't have access to. So whatever change in viewership, I think it'll be minimum. I think that the people that want to watch Impact Wrestling, they'll find a way to do it, and it's going to be mainly your core audience that is watching Impact Wrestling, and they'll watch it regardless of what time it's on. They'll watch it if it's 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. These are people that are going to watch at all costs, regardless of what channel it's on, and regardless of what the time slot is. All right, got one more question here from Stably Unstable. Hey Aaron, should Big Show go to TNA for a run so that he would be the only one to have held the WWE, ECW, WWE, and TNA championships? Well, he should not go to TNA for that reason. I will say that much. I think that with Big Show's situation, he has a good relationship with WWE. He's been there for so many years now. I think that there's no need for him to go to TNA. Why go to TNA when you can continue working in WWE, being on a high-profile stage, and making the big money? Why jeopardize that to go to TNA? The only reason I could see him going to TNA was if he had a falling out with WWE and he wanted to work a light schedule. But, there's really no need for Big Show. He's made a ton of money over the years in WWE. I think that when he retires, he should retire in WWE, and that will be the end of it. There's really no good reason for Big Show to go to TNA. So, no, I don't think he should. And he certainly should not go because he can be the only guy to hold the 4 world championships from 4 different companies. That's silly. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a friend about NoDQ&A video on Facebook and Twitter. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for WWE TLC coverage, news, rumors, results, all that good stuff is at NoDQ.com. So stay tuned for all that. And I will see you guys next time for more NoDQ&A video.